What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Jay, and you know what time it is. It's Wednesday, and that means you're listening to Dem Splatter Talk, boys. Hit that intro.
Would you lead me to my doom? Yeah.
We them boys.
Hold up. We them boys. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Jay, and you are listening to Dem Splatter Talk, boys. And in today's episode, you know I got to download on you guys and gals. I got to download on you. And what do I have to download on you? I have to download the fact that we just got back from Monster Mania 54, ladies and gentlemen. Monster Mania 54 in Hunt Valley, Maryland. It just took place last weekend, and boy, was it a weekend. Oh my goodness. If you listened to the last episode, you would know that I was going to cosplay as Jason down at this Monster Mania, and it was my first time ever cosplaying. I got help with the suit from Jonah. He made the mask, the inner mask, the hood. He also made the outer layer, the torn clothes that I was wearing. I told him that I actually wanted to partake in making the rotted flesh because it was my first time. I wanted to actually get into it. I'm actually looking at videos and want to start sculpting and things like that and making more cosplay costumes. So I did the rotting flesh, and we're going to be making a video about my experience at Monster Mania 54. So keep a lookout for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see that. And if you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, you would have seen my cosplay already. You would have seen pictures with the people that came to the Monster Mania and with celebrities. It's pretty funny. But, yeah, went down to cosplay as Jason for the first time. My wife and I. My brothers, Sin and Rick, couldn't make it. And, I was kind of sad about that, but at the same time, I know that life goes on. They had to take care of some stuff where they're at. So we wanted to go down to Monster Mania 54 and represent for Splatter Talk Cinema and them splatterheads out there. So we got to Hunt Valley, Maryland. Oh, the flight sucked, guys. I mean, the flight was okay. We were up in the air for about an hour, but we got to Ronald Reagan in Washington, D.C., Boy, it was packed. We got the rental car, and traffic was out of this world. What was going to be an hour and 8-minute drive to Hunt Valley, Maryland, ended up being about 2.5 to 3 hours because of the traffic. It was just ridiculous. But we also wanted to see some of the sights in Washington, D.C. The White House was, you couldn't go to the White House. Something was going on, so we walked around a little bit, went to the Martin Luther King Memorial Library, and that was pretty dope. Took some pictures in there. Y'all gonna see them on the video. But we got the rental car, which we rented a Jeep, and took off. Got there. I went to go, take up my reservation, and we had the luggage in there, and I was like, babe, I want to take the luggage up to the room and then come down to the bar. Maybe people will be trickling in and start coming to the bar, congoers, cosplayers, and celebrities, whatnot. So we walk past the bar, and I look in, and who do I see? None other than Kane Hodder. Yeah, that was the first person that I saw that I recognized as we entered on Thursday night. So we go up to the room and we put away our stuff, and we get ready. We get, dressed up in better attire, and I have my Splatter Talk shirt on. I got to represent, baby. And we go down to the bar. We sit with Kane, but a chair in between us. We ain't want to invade this man's privacy. Y'all know how I feel about meeting a celebrity at a con and fanboying out when the con's not going on. They're on their downtime, so you respect that. But anyway, we're sitting there, and boom, we just started having a conversation, and all three of us are talking. Me, Kane, and my wife were just sitting there chatting and everything. The bartender, got to give a shout out to Storm. What up, Storm? Man, if you're following us, giving you a shout out. Best bartender down there, man. But anyway, we were all chatting it up and everything, and we were talking for about 30 minutes, and I was like, yo, I got to go have a cigarette. So I left the bar, went and had a cigarette, and I came back, and there was a shot lined up in my spot. And I was like, what is this? Because I had ordered a lemon drop already. You know, I'm not too much of a drinker, and the lemon drop is most pleasing to the taste buds. But anyway, I had a shot of Grey Goose sitting in front of me, and Kane had a shot of tequila sitting in front of him. And my wife was like, Kane wants to know if you'll have a shot with him. And, you know, Kane was like, your wife tells me you don't drink, so you're going to get drunk tonight. Have a shot with me. So, needless to say, I took that shot down, and the bartender recorded it and sent me the video, but Storm, boy, your megapixels in your phone must be like 6, because that video sucked. Oh, shit. But, we did that, and the video didn't come out. I was like, Kane, we gotta do it again. He was like, what happened? I was like, the video didn't come out. He's like, oh, fuck, it should be on the house from the bartender because his phone sucks, you know. So, we lined it up again, and we actually got a good video with my phone this time. So if you're following us on Splatter Talk Cinema, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you will more than likely see that video. But took it down like a champ, you know. Like I said, I don't drink. So, you know, we just sitting there chatting, and all of a sudden, another good dude that I met down there, cool dude, his name's Deuce. Give a shout out to Deuce. What up, Deuce? Yeah, met him down there, and, you know, he was a fan just like I am, sitting at the bar. We all chatting it up, having a big conversation, and he offers to buy Kane and I a shot, as well as himself. And bam, we took another shot. So I had half of this lemon drop and 3 shots in my system. I don't drink, so I'm getting a little tipsy and everything. I think Kane was, you know, he didn't show it. He didn't show it. After them shots, he didn't show that, you know, he was tipsy, but I know I was. But anyway, we just sitting, chopping it up, talking it up that Thursday night before all the mayhem started for Monster Mania. We end up going to the room, you know, saying our see you laters and everything. Told Kane I'd see him tomorrow down at his table. And, yeah. So we retired to the room for the night. And I recorded a lot of stuff down there. You know, each day I recorded some stuff. Had my wife record some stuff. So y'all gonna get a video. Make sure you're following us on YouTube. So Friday comes, and just like I expect, it's busy, but it's not. You know, Saturday is the craziest of the 3 days, but Friday it goes like Saturday, Friday, Sunday. So Friday, people are lining up. Monster Mania, who does a fucking fantastic job every time they get a con going, they were opening up. At least this is the first time that I've ever, you know, witnessed this happen. They opened the ticket doors at 12, and they allowed people that were there waiting on the con to get their wristbands for the weekend, or whatever wristband they had, whatever general pass they had. And I was like, oh shit. So my wife and I went and got our passes and everything, and we was just waiting for the con to, you know, to start. And we met this wonderful couple, and how this couple was just telling us how they met. Well, they were telling me how they met because my wife she had went to the room at this time, and you know, it was reminiscent of the way my wife and I met. You know, when she got with her husband, she was like, I travel, you know, I got a big bucket list. And that's pretty much what my wife told me too. She's like, I love to cruise, I love to travel, hopefully you're down with that. And I'm down with that. But I was the horror fan of my couple. So I'm like, I go to horror cons. I hope you down with that. I represent the horror community. I hope you down with that. And she is, and that's why she comes to the cons with me. But this couple was just so wonderful, so lighthearted. They go to different cons and everything, different horror cons. They said they went to Raleigh, North Carolina Horror Con, and that's one that I want to go to. But this coming for Raleigh, they don't have, a lineup that I would travel 800 and something miles for. So I'm going to skip out on this one. But that couple, I want to give a shout out. Patricia, give you a shout out. It was great to meet you guys. I got pictures of, with her husband as well. So it's pretty dope. Y'all gonna see him, like I said. The con starts, and people start filing in, and we got the early access pass for Friday and Saturday, because we got the 3-day early access pass, but they don't do that on Sunday. But anyway, we get in there an hour early, and the stars are not scheduled to be there until 5 o'clock. That's when autograph signings start. And so when we first get to a con, we don't rush to see any of the stars. We go and see the vendors. We go in there and see the vendors, man. And this con, it didn't disappoint. It didn't disappoint one bit. The vendors were amazing. They were dope. I have a lot of cards that I got from the vendors, so I'm going to leave those vendors in the description. And I don't want to start shouting people out because I'm going to miss somebody. I know I am, and I don't want to do that. I want everybody to know who I went up to, who I bought merchandise from, who just entertained conversation. You motherfuckers are dope. You are one of the main reasons why we come to the horror cons. My wall is filled with horror con memorabilia, not even just autographs. I got a lot of different stuff, and I bought some dope stuff this time too. We go to the vendors. I'm gonna leave all the vendors down in the description. Go check their websites out. If you go to a con and you recognize their websites, give them a shout out. Go up to them, buy some merchandise, because the merchandise is fucking dope. This time I was actually looking to get the NECA figures, the toys and shit. Yes, I collect them. And this time I ended up getting a Halloween 2018 Michael Myers, because at the Mad Monster Party I got Halloween Kills Michael Myers, so I want to collect those. I was asking all of them if Halloween Ends had come out yet, and that hadn't come out yet, so I will get that next once that is available. I also went up to another dope vendor, and he hooked me up with the Nightmare on Elm Street 3 NECA figure of Freddy Krueger. And it's dope. It has the little puppet off the wall as an accessory. It has the house that Kristen made as an accessory. It has the chest of souls as an accessory. Like, this fucking action figure is dope as hell. I'm over here 40 years old still collecting action figures, but it's for a purpose. And so we ventured through the vendors, and my wife picked up some Lego stuff for the grandchildren, and that's what we did for the majority of that time before the con started. And then we went back up to the room to lay down, not sleep, but just rest our feet, because I knew it was going to be a long weekend. And bam, so we go down whenever, what was it? It was like about 7:30. We go down the first time as cosplay Jason from Jason Takes Manhattan. And I got so many people to stop and say what's up, get a picture. I got a few messages on Reddit like, are you here? Because when we were walking through for the first time as Jason, there's people, kids and whatnot. There were kids. Hey, I saw you on Reddit. And you couldn't see it in the mask, but that made me feel great. I hate to say it like that, but that made me feel like the work that was put into this suit, the love that was put into this suit, just the genuine work and dedication that was put to this suit to make it look so spot on. Shout out Jonah. It was dope as hell. I'm lost for words for it, because when I put it on, the transformation happens. I turn into Jason Voorhees for that time as I'm cosplaying, and people believe it. People are looking at me like, oh my God, he left Manhattan and now he's in Hunt Valley. And that was the goal. That was the agenda, to make that suit look so spot on that people could not look at it, that people could not want to take a picture with it. And there's a lot of pictures. I'm going to be posting those. So, and I've started posting them on our social media platforms. Like I said, look in the description. You will see them. Make sure you go follow them. But, yeah, it was like everybody wanted a picture, and I was much obliged. People asked if I was charging, and my whole time going to cons, I've been to 5 now, and the other 4, whenever I wanted to take a picture with a cosplayer, I just asked them, and they much obliged. They did it, no questions asked, no hesitation, no expectation. The only thing that they did afterwards was hand me a card and tell me to follow them, which I did, out of respect for them and their time, and the fact that they don't charge you. That's the least you can do, is follow what they're doing, support them in that way, so I try to do that. And so I did that in return. So all of our new people that's listening to this, that subscribe during the weekend, what's going on? Y'all know who it is. Y'all seen me in and out of the cosplay stuff. So this is me. What's going on, y'all? But it was great to meet everybody. Great to see the enthusiasm for horror, for the people that were vendors, for the people that cosplayed, and for the stars that came. And the night before Thursday, I was able to show Kane in a picture what I was going to do that day. And he was like, when you're dressed up, come to my line. I was like, all right, I'll go to your line. I was definitely going to his line. And so I went down, and I was like just kind of adjacent to his line, but back enough to where he could see once he lifted his head up and, from autographing. And it took about a minute, and then he lifted his head up, and, he recognized me. He looked, and he gave me the seal of approval. I'm going to put that in the video too. He gave me the seal of approval, and that's when I knew that the suit had done its job. And also, I forgot to say, at the bar, after he saw the suit, after I showed him the picture, he asked me if I was going to be doing a photo op. And I was like, of course. Here's my idea. I want my wife in the middle, and I want us like we're about to go at each other. He was like, that's a good idea, but can I get a picture with you, just me and you, and it be on the house? It's like, this is Kane motherfucking Hodder asking me this. I'm like, of course. I would be honored, And in my head, after we left the bar that night, I did it. This was the reason why I'm cosplaying. One of the main reasons, number one reason, was to make Kane feel like he was looking in a mirror. Damn, this is good. I want a picture of this. And that's what he said on Thursday. So it was like, damn. And our photo op was on Saturday. So, I'm going to get to that. But just to see that seal of approval, that point, the person that he was autographing with, he actually was like, hey, look, and then he pointed at us. Ooh, my stomach. But he pointed at us and it was dope. So, we went around that night, mostly interacting with the people, interacting with the con goers, because that suit was hot as a motherfucker. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, I made the rotting flesh of that suit with clear caulking that you would get from like Home Depot or Walmart. I actually got it from Walmart. And acrylic paint. So that sealed everything where it was. And it was on pretty much my whole torso, like my upper half, my arms, my chest, my back. It had sealed in the heat. So I was in there every time I put it on, no matter if it was fucking 25 degrees outside or 100. I was sweating my ass off. Oh my goodness. Like in the pictures, you'll notice that I'm really not like putting any of the cosplay on people unless they like lean on me. I'm not gonna, put my arm around them and have it touching them. You'll notice that. And, because I rub the fucking thing down with baby oil before I go out, so to give it that extra sheen and, that shine, like it's wet. I don't want people touching that, so it's like, I'm not gonna touch you and have some grease on your back, But the pictures turned out magnificent. We really didn't get with the stars on Friday because, like I said, we cosplayed Friday and we got with the vendors to see what they had, to buy stuff and to kind of case them out, to be like, I'm gonna come back for that. And one thing I actually did, and that was another, I believe it's NECA. Let me see. I gotta move some shit. Yep. Yeah, I actually got a NECA doll of Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I got the small NECA doll, but this NECA doll is like 16 inches. No, it has to be more than that, because it almost comes to my knee. The box almost hits my knee, and I'm 6'4", so it's a pretty big doll, and it has the chest of souls, has another head, and shit like that. And I knew I wanted to get it, and I was going to wait till Sunday to get it if nobody had gotten it, because I was trying to figure out how I was going to bring it on the plane. But I eventually, I got it. So we're going to add that to the NECA toys. Now we got 4 NECA toys. But anyway, we spent Friday with the vendors and with the con goers. Saturday comes, it is a fucking, it is a madhouse. And you'll see that in the video as well. I'm going to show y'all how much of a madhouse it was. And, man, David Arquette's line was like wrapped around it. It went from the entrance, and I'll show you this. It went from the entrance and wrapped around to the back of the hotel. Friday was bad for that line, but Saturday was worse. I was like, it's either Sunday's gonna work out so I can see David Arquette, because he was one of them that I wanted to see as well. I was just like, shit, I'm gonna have to ask him that question. I want to ask him, like, was it his idea to kill his legacy character off, or was that something that they came up with? Because it pissed me off. I would have rather Gale. Sorry, Courtney Cox, but I would rather Gale died than Dewey. Anyhow, line was big as fuck on Saturday, so we decided to go down to the autograph lines and stuff, and we got We got in Kane Hodder's line, and when we got up to him, I actually got an 8-movie DVD box set signed for one of our splatterheads. And you know who you are. You have been very vocal in our comment section, and we want to give you a shout out, Miss Carter. We got you a 8-movie DVD set autographed by the man himself, Kane Hodder, with a letter of authenticity, so it is 100% real, and we are going to send that to you. So make sure you get with us on either Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Message us your information so that we can get this stuff out to you, and you can have a piece of the con as well as having an autographed movie box set of one of your favorite slashers. So make sure you get with us, alright? But we got that done. I got a video done with him, and it was super dope. I turned, and another table down was Mr. John Kassir, the infamous voice of the Crypt Keeper. You guys know, you follow us on YouTube, that we actually have a video with Mr. John Kassir at Oaks, Pennsylvania. So he sees the shirt, and the shirt is a Splatter Talk Cinema shirt. He sees the logo, and he's pointing, with that I know you point, I remember you point. And that made me feel even better, because our brand, Splatter Talk Cinema, our logo is being recognized, and it's being recognized by a pretty prominent dude. So I walk up to him like, yes, sir, we met in Oaks. And he's like, yes. And he's like, tell me your name again. And I was like, Jason. And he was like, it was just warm. It was inviting, and that's my man right there. Kane Hodder and John Kassir, meeting them, it's like, damn it. And this is the second time seeing John Kassir, but every time is dope. Every time is like the first time, Every time is warm. Every time is inviting. He's not one of those people where it's like, well, they say not to meet your heroes because they're assholes in real life. No. Furthest from the truth when it comes to Kane Hodder and when it comes to John Kassir, when it comes to Robert Patrick. Because during this whole con, Robert Patrick would see me either in Starbucks or would see me just walking the hallways, and it was always, hey, how you doing? You enjoying the con? Yes, sir, Mr. Patrick, I am. All right, we'll see you later. Boom, every time. David Howard Thornton was just like that too. Art the Clown. Every time he saw me, it was, hey, how's it going? I mean, I even got him, because Rick couldn't come because of medical reasons, and so I got him to get on Facebook video call with me and Rick. And he, said what's up to Rick. So these people are just that. They're people. They're kind. And, so when I say that, also remember that, and remember to respect their space when it comes to non-con hours. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we did for the whole night Saturday. Saturday was the big VIP party, and we didn't have VIP, but the bar was like, it was so packed. Everybody, the Terrifier squad was there, they were in their corner. It was a big group, so their corner was like their half of the bar. But it was cool to see them unwinding and not being in con mode, just letting their hair down. It was good to see. There's people that was coming up to him, asking him questions. I wanted to ask the director a question, because I didn't know if I was pronouncing his name correctly. That's all I wanted. But I stopped him at a time where he was like, bro, I'd love to answer a question for you, but I gotta piss. And I was like, of course. Yeah, my bad. And so, that was the extent of our conversation, but he had to go piss. Yeah, so go piss. I understand. But anyway, Saturday night was wild. We went down there. We didn't have drinks that night. We wanted to keep it cool. We wanted to keep it sober. And so went outside and took pictures for the brother that was in Terrifier 2. We took pictures for him. He was so gracious enough to allow me to take a picture with my phone of the same picture. That was pretty cool. But we went back up to the hotel room, called it a night. And, my wife was asking me if I was going to dress up Sunday, and I told her that I was. I was going to dress up all 3 days just to give people who may not have been there Friday and Saturday a chance to take pictures with Jason from Jason Takes Manhattan. Oh shit. I have actually skipped. I skipped the photo op. And that was the highlight of Saturday. The photo op with Kane Hodder. He was in his Uber Jason suit. And so I put on my 8 suit and we go down there, and on the way down, can I have a picture? Can I have a picture? And I'm like, yep. I'm not turning anybody down. And my wife is like, she's like my agent. She's like my manager. She's like, babe, we gotta go. It started. The photo op has started. Like, oh boy. So I'm doing my fastest Jason walk, and we get there, and I see a young lady who had dressed up as the chick with the guitar in the movie. I cannot remember her name to save my life. If you can remember her name, put it down in the comments below. I can't remember it right off top. But the chick with the guitar, she goes down into the boiler room to rock out, and Jason hits her with the guitar. Well, she dressed up as her. And when I first saw her, I was like, yo, we have to get together when I'm in costume. We have to. It's like, it needs to happen. And so we're waiting there. People going in, and we go in for hours. We take the picture with Kane, all 3 of us, and then Kane hollers at the photographer. He's like, one more. And me in the mask, I'm smiling like, yeah, one more. So we turned to each other, and he's like, I want to face off. I was like, all right. And he was like, step in. And so I stepped in. He's like, no, I want you right in my face. So boom, I got in his face, and I was like, all right, 1, 2, 3, click, bam. And if you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, you would have seen the picture already. But that's the photo op. It's us facing off. And there's a hilarious video of me, Michael Myers, and Roy's Jason facing off. I believe I put it on Facebook and Reddit. So if you're not following us on Reddit, you can follow us, Splatter Talk Cinema. And we are active on Reddit as well. And that was one thing, like in the messaging, that was one thing. In the messenger on Reddit, this kid actually, and I don't mean to call you kid like that, but I'm 40 years old, so you're a kid to me. He messaged and was like, my dad regrets not getting the picture with you. And can we get a picture? Are you going to be suiting up again? I'm like, yes, sir, I'll be suiting up. And I'll message you and let you know when. So I did that. I messaged them. I said, suiting up now. And when I did, they found me, and I was able to get the picture with the dad, I believe. But I got the picture with the little kid with I got the picture with the teenager, and it was a dope picture. I don't know your name. We didn't exchange information like that. But he did hit me up on Reddit, so I want to give him a shout out. You know who you are when you hear this story. You know who you are. And I'll be putting pictures up again, like I said, on Reddit as well as YouTube. Sunday, it was more laid back. It was the stragglers who couldn't make it on Saturday and Friday, and the lines were not as big. I came down from the room at like 8 in the morning, and I had seen that the line for David Arquette only had 2 young females waiting first. So I was the third one. I was like, oh shit, I might as well just stay here. The con opens at 10. We're going to be chatting about horror like, con goers always do. Like, you can be from any walk of life, but that topic of horror just unites. And it unites in a positive way. Every con that I've been to has been love in the horror community, and that's why I'm so addicted to going. But anyway, we all talked, and there was another woman, and I believe it was her sister. A young lady and her sister was waiting behind me, and we were all talking, and I had accidentally, dropped the F-bomb, and I'm sorry. She's like, don't worry, she watches these movies, she's heard it. I'm like, my bad. But we all waited there as the line behind us began to grow. Not as big as Saturday and Friday, like I said, but it began to grow, and we were thankful that we had chose to stay there and just talk and, hang out. 10 o'clock happens, and the Monster Mania employee comes out and gets us and brings us in, and she's like, the first 10. I was like, all right, the first 10, I'm going to be standing outside of the room while they go in, then I'm going to go in. No, she was like, all right, you guys just come in with me. I was like, oh, we're going in now? Oh, shit. And I started getting giddy as hell. It's like, David Arquette, ready to rumble, David Arquette, eight-legged freak, David Arquette. I was like, shit, this is fucking Dewey. I was getting antsy. I was like, I started shaking. Anxiety was kicking in. I was like, oh my God, I'm meeting fucking David Arquette. Because he was the tipping point for me even going to this con. I'm like, yes, I want to see Kane Hodder, but... And then my dude said, nope, David Arquette. He sent me the picture of David Arquette announced, Monster Mania announcing that David was coming. And I was like, oh shit, I'm going. So I was able to meet David Arquette, ask him the question of, was it his idea to kill his character off, or was that in the script? And he told me plain and simple, he's like, no, that was in the script. It was not my idea, because I figured, he had gotten enough of the Scream franchise and was like, kill my character off. Just the way it happened. So he said, no, it wasn't his idea. It was in the script. They said that they had to kill a legacy character off, and they picked him. And I was like, honestly, I would have rather Gail got it. And, we shared a laugh, and he was like, honestly, me too. But, how do I look going up saying, hey, would you kill my ex-wife off instead? Nah, so he took it on the chin, and his character was, erased from the Scream future. Unfortunately, that fucking sucks. David Arquette's the man. But, we were able to get up, a selfie together, and like I said, felt he was so inviting. He was so energetic. He was, the hospitality is just off the chain. Like, I loved it. And so, that's how we start off Sunday morning. And the rest of Sunday is pretty dope. We do more con shopping with vendors, and we went to the Evil Dead Rise section of the con, and we just did different things that we didn't do the first 2 days because it was so busy. And it sucks because the end of a horror con is like the end of the family reunion, like when it's time to say goodbye to all our little friends. It's sad because you meet people, you make these connections with other horror fans, and it's like, oh, you gotta leave now? Damn it, we gotta leave. And so everybody that we met, that we shared conversation with, that we, connected on a different type of level, whether it was professional or personal, you are the shit. And I hope that you're tuning in to hear that you guys are the shit. Shout out Scotty, shout out Deuce, shout out Patricia. Yo, shout out. Yes, you guys are the shit. And I hope to see y'all again soon. Shout out Darrell. I see you guys at the next con. That's in, the next Monster Mania con is in November for me. They have one coming up in August and October, but I think I'm going to stay home for those because in August we're going to be going to Hawaii. My wife and I, we're headed to Hawaii, and we're celebrating our 5-year anniversary. Thank you. And so we're going to be in Hawaii at that time, and September we're going to the TerraCon in Marlborough, Massachusetts. So if you're in the area, Marlborough, Massachusetts, we are going to TerraCon. Yes, Splatter Talk Cinema will be in the building, and the reason why we're going to that one is because Robert Englund was announced with a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street heroines, the females of the franchise. Like, Tina, Nancy, Alice, Amanda Kruger from part 5, Lisa from part 2, Greta from 5. Like, there is a lot of females that's going to be in the building, and we definitely want to partake in that and, go back and pay them homage. I think we're going to give Robert Englund a Splatter Talk Cinema shirt because at Pennsylvania, he saw our Splatter Talk Cinema shirts during the photo op, and he was like, God, I love those shirts. So we're going to give him one of his own. And then we're going to make a Dem Splatter Talk Boys podcast shirt. And it's just going to say Dem Splatter Talk Boys. And we're going to give that to Heather Langenkamp because she is responsible for making the name of the podcast Dem Splatter Talk Boys. Because every time in Pennsylvania she would see us, she would say, hey, there's the Splatter Talk Boys. So thank you, Heather Langenkamp, for creating the name of the podcast. We truly appreciate you. But anyway, Sunday at the Monster Mania is saying goodbye to the people that you have met over the weekend, and you establish connections with these people over the weekend. You're there for a common goal, and then you realize that you have, common traits. You have common personalities, and you want to continue to, make the relationship blossom and bloom, even if you're not at a con. So there's a few people that are now on, my personal Facebook, and I hope that we keep in touch, and maybe we'll be able to meet at a different con, But Sunday, everybody's tearing things down, getting ready to leave and whatnot. So, actually, we go down to see Kane again because I need to get a couple more things signed. And when we're in the line, he's like, you guys, you two, if you're coming up to my line, I don't care where we're at, you don't stand in my line. You come right over here and you stand next to me. And boy, I felt so fucking my grin just went from ear to ear. Like, I couldn't believe that he was saying this. Like, this is Kane fucking Hodder, Jason, the best Jason Voorhees, and he's telling me to skip the line and come next to him. That was dope. And we went up and we saw Mr. John Kassir again, and he was so dope. He was so dope. I mean, we were getting ready for our selfie together, and bam, Kane Hodder comes up, gives him a little jab to the kidney, a little playful jab, and I was like, oh my goodness, gentlemen, this would be legendary, please. Kane, will you get in this picture? And Kane was like, it's up to John. And John was like, of course. So bam, we all took a picture together. Dope. It's super dope. Man, this this past Monster Mania was the shit. It was the shit. It was everything that I could have imagined and more. I want to give a shout out to Monster Mania, how they put on this event every time, and it's a hit every time. They have people that you want to see every time. The crew there makes you feel welcome. It makes you feel like you ain't got nothing to worry about. You know, they got security. One of the big dudes, that security, the big buff dude, man, I want to give him a shout out. I don't know his name, but if he listens to this, you know who you are. Like, that's a big motherfucker, boy. So you don't want to mess around at a Monster Mania and put them hands on you. Big dude. Yeah, but Monster Mania really knows how to throw a con. And I love going to Monster Mania cons because it turns out to be like family. And for real, that Sunday when people were leaving, that's how I felt. Like I told you, like the reunion was over. And so when everybody had left, we went to Texas Roadhouse to go eat. And I'm going to rant a little bit, guys. We went to Texas Roadhouse to eat, and in comes Robert Patrick with his brother. And he goes to sit down. He walks in front of us, you know, gives me the hello wave, and I tip my hat. What's up? The waitress behind him, she's like, "Yep, that's him. Yep, that's him." I'm like, I know it's him. I have spent the last weekend with him. You don't have to fanboy over him. Please don't go maul him, because there was an issue where I lived. You know, his daughter was graduating college, and he came and he went to an AT&T store, and he just got mauled by everybody that came in the store. They recognized him and just mauled him, and it's like, damn, he's just up here to visit. Leave him alone. So he's at Texas Roadhouse to eat. Leave him alone. But you had people running up to him. Oh my God, taking out their phones, taking selfies and shit like that. Like, you could have done that at the con if you would have bought a ticket, motherfucker. You know, but they're doing that. And I went to the bathroom, past the table, you know, gave him another head nod, and just kept it moving. I'm not going to ask for a selfie, man. I could have bought that from you at the con, you know. We saw each other at the con. We exchanged words, exchanged conversation, waiting on coffee. So there's no reason for me to maul this dude. I'm not going to maul him in public. Fuck that. But anyway, had a nice meal at Texas Roadhouse and went back to the hotel. And David Howard Thornton was still there, wasn't leaving till Monday. And Kane Hodder was still there with his lovely assistant, his lovely agent, manager. I don't know what she was to him, but all I know is she was very pleasant. Give her a shout out. Following us on TikTok. We love you for that. Thank you. But anyway, we went to the bar, and, you know, we had a little bit of conversation, but Kane was really busy. And I had called Rick on video, and I was talking to him while I was in the bar, and I told Kane that, you know, we were going to be leaving at 5 in the morning, and we said our goodbyes and everything, and it was all love, you know. It was truly dope. Man, I had a great time at Monster Mania. I had a great time cosplaying, meeting new people. I have gotten so many requests. Like, Splatter Talk Cinema has gotten so much requests on Instagram and TikTok of other cosplayers kind of welcoming me to that community, and it's super dope. It's super fucking dope. I truly appreciate it. But man, I have held up you guys. I usually do it for 30 minutes, you know, try to keep it short and sweet so I don't irritate you guys, but I done had you on here for almost an hour. Damn. Everybody, if you can make a Monster Mania con, I highly suggest it. You know, if it's a 4-hour, 6-hour drive for you, make that drive. If you don't want to make the drive, fly. You know, it is a dope experience. I mean, you will not regret going to a Monster Mania con, no matter whether it's Cherry Hill, Oaks, Pennsylvania, you know, Hunt Valley, Maryland, you will not regret going to these damn things because it will make you feel like family. It'll make you feel like on cloud nine, because if you're a horror fan, if you're a horror fan, this will make you feel on cloud nine. So, with that being said, and I told you earlier that we got an autographed 8-box movie set, autographed and everything, for our loyal splatterhead, Miss Carter. So, Miss Carter, please get a hold of us. And we will be having giveaways and stuff like that. So make sure that you are following us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and you're subscribed to the channel. When we announce the contest, you better put something in the comment section. You better get a hold of us so you can have a chance to win. Alright guys, this has been your boy Jay, Splatter Talk Cinema, Monster Mania Con. Yes sir, it's a wrap.
Would you lead me to my doom? Yeah.